Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition with 164 Emergency Response. We have a few different models here for you from Tomica, some from Hot Wheels, and a couple from Matchbox. Most of these are Matchbox ones are newer releases. Not 100% sure about Tomica, and the Hot Wheels one, that is a very classic release right there. I'm guessing that is from the early 2000s. So let's get right into it here. We're going to start with the Tomica Fire vehicles here. All right, let's get these all out of the way. Change the camera view. And we are going to go with this Tomica van. Now, I had a van on one of the last ones a while ago, and this looks very similar to that same van, but it is not. This particular model is actually a Toyota Hiace. So that's what we're going to start with here. The other van that I had was a Nissan 360B or 350B, I believe they called it. And it had like a light bar with yellow in the middle, a yellow centerpiece, and it was kind of like in a V formation, where this one, as you can see, is just a straight circular classic Tomica light bar. But no problem there. Okay, so one of their basic model vehicles, I guess it came in a multi-pack because I can only find this by itself. So let's see if we can focus here. Focus. Doesn't want to focus. I do not want to focus. See, that seems fine. There we go. All right. So we got the writing on the side here. There is no English version of what's being written on the side this time. So I'm going to take the word for it that that is the fire department. One of the reasons why I think it is the fire department, because we have that 6-point star right there on the front that we've seen in so many of the other fire department vehicles that they had. We got the clear headlights, got a little bit of a grill, silver and black. We got the light bar set off way up in the back there, way in the middle. Try to get a look on the inside here. Can't really tell exactly what's in there at this point in time. Got some extra seats, and I'm guessing a lot of cargo. Here you go from the back, Toyota. Everything is painted red along with the tail lights. No license plate or anything like that. So again, very basic model. Everything in red is diecast. Everything else is plastic. And so that is the fire department Hiace for Tomica. We'll put that back there since we didn't really get too much of a chance to see it spinning around. One of the next ones, we'll keep it with the fire department here, and that is going to be the Suzuki Hustler Fire Command Vehicle. So again, I got all these Tomicas from the same seller from the last two videos, prdiecast.com on eBay. Always with a great selection and good pricing, really fast delivery. So if you folks haven't checked him out yet, if you like these Tomica cars, I would say he is definitely the one to go to. And here we have this very tiny van. Very tiny van. Well, let's see what we have here. This is my first time seeing this, first time having it in the collection. So, there we go. Asian writing right there, Japanese, I'm gonna guess. There's the interior, don't see much, see some seats. We got the front end here with the fire symbol in the grill. There we go. Painted headlights. Kind of like that's got this little black accent around the trim of the doors there. I think that's kind of cool. And around the bottom. gives it a different kind of emergency look there. So we have the writing again here on the side. Can't see too much on the inside, but a basic dashboard. And then you got the big Suzuki S right there, and the word Hustler. We got silver painted tail lights. That's first. No license plate, can't see through the back of the window there, that's all black. And here we go with the bottom. So again, like the other one, everything that's in red and this little bit of black right here is all die-cast. And the rest is plastic. So not a whole lot to talk about with these, I guess, because there's no real moving parts or anything with these being the basic line. So now the other one, I couldn't give you a UPC code for the van, but I can give you the UPC code for the Suzuki. So we have that one right there. Next, we're going to go to the police, and this is my first Tomica limited edition, Tomica limited vintage police vehicle here. So looks like this already came open a little bit, but oh well. As long as the model's okay, I'm not upset by that at all. Holy tiny this thing is. Wow. Okay. So this is the Tomica limited vintage line, and this is like their premium. If you're Hot Wheels, Matchbox collectors, and all that stuff, this is their premium line. And that thing is tiny. Most of these are going to cost you a little bit more than the basic line Tomicas here. Usually almost every one I've ever seen, regardless of size and title, has gone for about $40 or more. So this is called the, okay, here's the name. Daihatsu Midget Police Car. So we already have a removing part. I'm going to say moving part. It's a removing part. You can take the back off. The top of it seems to have the sirens, or maybe a loudspeaker, or both. Looks like that being the back of it, it's kind of a roll down flap for the back there to kind of close it off. Some red lights there. We got a license plate placard, but it doesn't have any wording on it. We have writing right there. We have a red light there on the side. Red light in front with what looks to be a headlight. Another red light there on the side. Oops. And there we go. Top on, top off. Don't want to break this since it is on the more expensive side, but I also find this hard to keep in the plastic boxes because that's going to fall off constantly. And this thing is just going to hurt itself in there. All these little plastic pieces are going to break. So you can see here. The tires are rubber, base is plastic. Black and white is all die cast. And of course the yellow is plastic. And that is the Daihatsu midget police car. Yeah, so yeah, there's that. I knew it was small. I didn't know it was going to be that small. Wow. Okay. So next is whatever this is. I don't remember if this is fire or EMS. It's definitely not this vehicle. You would think it would be that vehicle, but it is not. So this is another police vehicle here, and it's got a little pillow that comes with it, I guess. I'm not sure what that piece is. We'll have to look into that. It looks like a pillow. Cut the tape. Get this little guy out of the plastic here. And this is a Nissan March. That is the name of this one. So we have the Nissan March police car. I kind of thought that's about the size the midget car would have been. Maybe slightly smaller than that, but look at the size comparison to these. It's like, wow. That is, even for 164 and Tomica and all that stuff, that is pretty small. But they said it's a midget police car, so I guess it lives up to its name. Definitely a one-seater. Kind of reminds me of like our meter maid vehicle here, traffic safety vehicles that you see in the bigger cities, New York and whatnot. So we got police on the side. We have the symbol there to the right of it, the Asian Japanese writing on top. We got the V-style red light bar. We have the star again on the front and the black paint that comes to a point on top of the hood, which is pretty classic for Japanese police vehicles. We have silver painted headlights, painted on grille or painted in grille. Let's see, can't really see too much there, but just a basic black interior. Same thing for the back. And here we have more Asian symbols, more Asian writing. This time we got red painted taillights, and that's about it for this one. No moving parts. And yeah, so that is the Tomica Nissan March. Next one we're going to have is the Daihatsu Rocky police car. That's what this one is right here. So, cut through all that. Take that out, move that over. And here we have the Daihatsu Rocky police vehicle, which does look too much different than the March itself, it seems. This is more of an SUV, and this is more like a car, but still very similar looking. Designs on the side are a little different. Well, let's take a look at that. So we got the writing, the Japanese writing, the word police. Nothing for the interior. We have the V-style light bar again. We got the communications antenna. I don't know why I said communication, just the antenna. We have no badges or stars on this here. It just says police. Oh, wait, I stand corrected. There it is. Okay, so there's the badge right there on the grill. We got the clear plastic headlights, but no badge on the side. There we go. More of the writing. Red taillights. Standard interior. Looks like that little box on the dashboard might be some sort of computer or radar, possibly. And here we go, Daihatsu Rocky. Everything black and white. On the body is diecast, base, and wheels are plastic. Same with the March. So there we go. What is this thing? So I said I was going to go over it, and I didn't, so let's try it now. I already can tell that this video is a little bit boring. I think it's because I'm tired. Again. Always tired recently. Just like everybody else who works for a living out there. This is... I don't know what this is. So yeah, okay. We have that, whatever that is. Next, we're going to go to one of the newer Matchbox fire vehicles that they just released for 2025, Blaze Blaster 3. Here we go. It's new for 2025. Little circle up there. These should be out on the stores right now. Store shelves. This one, I believe, has a moving part, so we'll have that at least here. So I've noticed, along with the Matchbox County vehicles that they've had recently, police and fire, where they're white with black and orange stripes. They've also been coming out with this color for the fire department. This checker and British type livery here, with that symbol on that we've seen in other British fire vehicles before. Very royal looking. So we had TN27. Is that a scratch? Nope, it's a door handle. Okay. I thought that was a paint chip. I was like, wow, okay. Not unheard of, but. And then it says whatever this says in the back. Can't ever really read it enough to pronounce it, but we do have the ladder that moves up and down, and that's about it. It doesn't have an extending piece here like a lot of them do. Looks like these are the blue lights right here, emergency warning lights. A couple blue flashers up on the top of the roof here. We have a blue windshield with a big gray box that comes right up to the front of it, which shows no room for seating whatsoever. So this is a very bare, basic, let's give it a try type model here. I'm guessing they released it anyway. Not a whole lot of bells and whistles at all. And I'm hoping they kind of correct that later on with some premium models or just better done models. That one's a little disappointing for a brand new fire truck, sorry to say. Not trying to trash Matchbox in any way, shape, or form. I like that they finally came out with a new model of a fire truck, an actual like working fire truck that you could bring to a scene. Unlike, I shouldn't say unlike these, but they're not like fire apparatus. They're just more like support vehicles, where this is actually called to fight the fire. So I'm glad that they came out with a new model of fire vehicle, but it'd be nice if it looked a little more detailed, a little bit more realistic. But prices are going up, and so I guess to keep the price down to something normal that everybody's used to, they kind of took a easier way out. Anyway, so we have another National Parks edition here, the MBX field car. New, the deco is new for 2025, but the model itself we've seen many times before, many times before, so that's not new. But first time that this model is in the National Parks livery. So, as I've said before on the other videos, it doesn't have any emergency equipment, so it may or may not be used as an emergency vehicle, but since the national parks kind of go back and forth with whether it's a administration car or emergency vehicle, I'm collecting the whole thing of everything they put out with the national parks on it. So we're just gonna, it just goes there. It goes with it, and it'll always be featured as an emergency vehicle on the channel. Unit 1243, Game Supervisor, Park Patrol. Satellite monitored. Usually it said satellite communication. Now it says satellite monitored, so that's a little new. Let's see, we got the pretty detailed front. You got the winch on the front there to pull vehicles or people out from whatever situation might get themselves in out there in the wild. So you can see the word a little bit better now. That's all together there. Got the mint color. We got the inside. It's got the left side steering wheel. So it's American version of the vehicle instead of it being on the right side. We have here the fuel car. So as you can tell, most of it's plastic, but everything in the mint color is, what do I want to say? Diecast. Thank you. And this time we got a big old buck deer right there with all those horns. Very cool. So we have that one, and the last one is going to be this 5-pack from Hot Wheels. Now, the reason why this is being featured is because it has a security vehicle right here, and I'm going to do the very next video is going to be all the security vehicles that I've collected. A lot of people argue that's not an emergency vehicle. Yes and no. It all depends on the security that you do and the type of security. Sometimes those guys are the ultimate first responders. They're there before the police, before the paramedics, before the fire department. And they handle it or have it somewhat handled or at least controlled by the time everybody else gets there. So it's really going to depend on what kind of security department you have and the officers you have with it. So here is... So this was in 2000. Hot Wheels came out with this Turbo Jet City 5-pack. And I've wanted this security car for a very long time. I've never found it in the pack before. I never knew which pack it came from. I always found it loose, but it was always chipped. There was always a lot of paint chips with it. So I'm happy to finally have it in the pack. However, I am quite concerned because as you can see, that is not decor on the back. That's mold. Apparently this came with some water damage, and I really hope the models are not damaged. So, got this off of somebody from eBay. That's disgusting. It's all over my hand. And it says brand new, never opened. So, which may be true, but it is also in... The box is in terrible condition. Now, I'm going to pause the video real quick because I need to go wash my hands and clean this off because I got black stuff everywhere. Okay, hi folks, we are back and we got those cleaned, disinfected the area here from the mold, and luckily the cars do not look like they have been affected too much by it. So the last one here we're really going to officially go over for 164 emergency response is going to be the security car. I'll go over these other four, but because they came with it, and you might want to see them. But we're going to go over the security car now that everything's clean. So this thing has been in the package for 25 years. We got security there in orange and black. Got the star on the side. Got a plastic wing spoiler. We have security 7 on the top here. Hot Wheels. Security Turbo JC7. So I'm guessing that stands for Turbo Jet City 7. Which is the name of this 5-pack. Turbo Jet City. And here, I think this is a Toyota Celica. Okay, it's not a Pikes Peak Celica, which I thought it was, but just a street racer type Celica with the security livery on it. So that does it for the emergency vehicles here. 164 emergency response. Next one we have, it's some lint here from the wipes. Monoposto. There's a police version of this that I want, that I'm trying to get. I don't think I have this as a Hot Wheels car itself, so not 100% sure on that. This next one here is Stalker. Chevy Stalker. So it's all plastic. The only thing die-cast is the base. And everything else is... yeah. That's it. What's that say on there? Flame Stalker. Okay. So there we go. And we have this one here, which is called Muscle Tone. This one's kind of cool. I already have all these already except for the Monoposto in some sort of way or another livery. Most of them I actually do have in some sort of rescue. I do like the paint job on this, so it's a little faded now at this point. Again, as you saw, there was some damage to the box, but the models that were encased in plastic seem to have made it out okay. So, there we go. There's that one. And then this one here, Jeepster. I believe I have all these in a police livery. Some of the lit there. So I know I have this one in police livery. I believe Muscle Tone has come in a police vehicle, and I know the Stalker has. And the Monoposto does, but I don't have it yet. That's going to conclude it, folks. That is going to be it for this edition of 164 Emergency Response. Let me get that out of the way. Next video, I'm going to showcase all the security vehicles that I have in the collection. Some things that are obviously security like that one, and then there's some that are not as obviously security as this one is. So that's going to be it for this. I know there's going to be a lag of videos here coming up, coming around. I'm sorry about that, but that's just how it's going to have to go for right now. So it's not going to be a dead channel, but there will be some lag time in videos from now on, guys. I don't know how long that's going to last. Hopefully not much. Not much longer. And that's going to do it. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking a look at some of the new vehicles added to the collection here. You just have a good weekend, good rest of your week. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families. And we'll talk again on the next video. Have a good night. Bye-bye.